Hi, thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. A topic that I talk about a lot in my videos is something called recovery. And I'm assuming most people have heard of the word recovery at least, but what does recovery mean in the context of what I'm talking about? There are two definitions for the word recovery. The first definition is the return to a normal state of health, mind, or strength. The other definition is the action or process of regaining control or possession of something lost or stolen. When you choose recovery, you are choosing to take back your life. The thing that was stolen from you was your life, and it was your eating disorder that stole it from you. When you choose recovery, you are choosing to take back your life. The eating disorder has robbed you of your ability to truly live your life. Recovery says, I'm taking it back. But the thing about recovery is it's not a one and done kind of thing. It's more of a everyday I have to choose by myself, for myself kind of thing. It's not about just choosing recovery. It's about every day actively and mentally choosing recovery. So what is recovery really like? I feel like the world paints recovery in a very different picture from the reality that it actually is. And this video is not meant to deter people from choosing recovery. Rather, it's me presenting to you the reality of it. For many people, we have come to be defined by our eating disorder. But who are we without it? The eating disorder will constantly be putting this very question in your brain and basically tell you that you are nothing without it. Recovery is knowing and believing that you are not defined by your eating disorder. What defines you are the choices you make to fight back and take your life back for yourself. Recovery is scary because it's hard throwing yourself into a state of completely not knowing who you are, not knowing if you're doing it right, not knowing if you're even going to make it to the end and be completely recovered, not knowing if that goal is truly possible. It's a scary process, but recovery says not knowing is just a side effect of surviving. Recovery is not glamorous. I feel like every film made these days that captures the concept and discusses the theme of eating disorders always seem to end the exact same way. The main character, always a girl for some reason, realizes that her eating disorder is killing her and sees the benefit from getting better and seeing how she will grow and become a better person and thrive if she chooses recovery. The film ends with her choosing recovery. End film, cue the inspirational, emotional music, roll credits. That's how every single one of these movies ends. But what happens after that? What's the process that she has to go through? The struggle that she has to go through after choosing recovery? What is the struggle of going through recovery? There's nothing out there showing that, really. There's a few documentaries, but even those are painted in a very skewed light. These movies never show the hard part. The hard part is recovering. They make it seem that once you make that decision to get well, suddenly it's all rainbows and unicorns. No, it's a lot of hard work and a lot of pain. If anyone tried hard enough, anyone can get an eating disorder. There's a very few number of people who can actually recover though. Like I said, I'm not trying to make people not want to choose recovery, but this is what you are choosing when you choose recovery. I'm not saying these things are bad. Hard work is not a bad thing. There's always a good payoff when you put in the hard work. But this is the reality that most of the world is not showing you when it comes to eating disorder recovery. Recovery is hard. You not only have to change behavioral habits, but you have to change your mental habits as well. It's a whole lot easier to change behavior than change a mindset. However, behavior changes are practically pointless if a mental change or a mindset change does not accompany it. Maybe the behavior changes come first, and that's great, but it doesn't mean anything if you're not always consciously working on the mental changes as well. Recovery is not normal. Having an eating disorder in the first place is not normal. It's an abnormal action. So any action that counters an abnormal action is in turn abnormal. Recovery is not about making the right choices or about the perfect choices. It's about making the best choice that ensures your survival. It's about realizing that being good enough holds more value than being perfect. Recovery is a process. You have to accept that you do not know and cannot know how long this process will take. And lastly, recovery is hope. By choosing recovery, you have not only chosen to live, but you have chosen to believe that the darkness can end. And that's where I'm going to end this video. The thing about recovery is there's a lot of hardship, there's a lot of hard work, there's a lot of pain, and there's a lot of struggle. But at the end of the day, recovery holds something very dear, and that is hope. And that is believing that being well is a possibility, that there is always the chance of living a better life. And that is why recovery is such an important choice to make. And that's why it's so important to choose recovery, because it says that I have a chance. And we all want to have a chance. We all have to give ourselves a chance, and recovery gives us that chance. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if you learned anything, please give this video a like. For more videos about recovery, eating disorders, nutrition, diets, and health, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.